What are your useless talents? I can drink water really fast. I can down a 20 ounces 500 milliliter bottle in a single gulp. That so has made this slightly less useless. I can put my foot all the way behind my head while sitting. I can wiggle my eyeballs. But it comes at the cost of a headache. Edit, I have found my people. I'm weirdly good at saying words backwards and I practice in my head to pass the time when I'm bored. But every time I tell someone and they test me, they always use a word like onomatopoeia and I fuck it up so nobody believes me. I'm really good at picking things up with my toes, like when I'm cleaning the house up or whatever. I ended up developing a chronic pain condition that affects my back when I got into my 20s, so it oddly worked in my favor. Side talent fact: last week my 4-year-old wanted to show me her useless talent she had been working on, and guess what? Girl is damn good at picking things up with her toes. We're weird girls. I am a 45-year-old woman that can still consistently hit 97 miles per hour. Fastballs in a batting cage. My dad was a professional baseball player and we hung out at batting cages for a good chunk of my childhood, so I had a lot of practice once my dad and his buddies figured out that I could do it at all. My dad even hustled people for quarters when I was a teenager for laughs. Completely useless talent, but I'm kind of proud of it. I can move my head skin and it looks like I'm wearing some sort of wig. I can nut in like 5 seconds if I want. I can do a convincing meow and have a random cat go looking around, confused. I don't even have the useless ones. I can easily enter a lucid dream. Memorization of a bit of pi and the order of the periodic table. I feel like this post was made for me. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 10 seconds. I am really good at pencil tapping, but not actual drumming. I am really good at Super Smash Bros. I can make that raindrop sound. I can click my tongue way louder than the average person. I can do all sorts of pencil spinning. My childhood was just learning weird tricks to impress people. Accidentally breaking anything that is glass and expensive. I can do all 151 original Pokemon impressions. I'm super forgettable. I'm very good at googling for answers to technical questions and video game walkthroughs. I can do a convincing voice impression of an Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. Fun party trick but not really useful. Edit, thanks for all the upvotes guys. I listened to a recording of myself doing it. It is more like a mix of a pterodactyl and a Nazgul. If this post gets 10k upvotes I will do a recording. BTW, I have a plan to use this. If I ever get in a life and death situation where I need to throw off someone who is attacking me, I know what to do. I can also rapidly vibrate my head so I resemble the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. I can tell you the season and episode based off of nearly any random screenshot of him. When I stop clapping, everyone in the room stops. There's no mind control involved, so I guess I am just very good at knowing when to stop. Making a convincing water drop noise with my mouth. Memorizing the 50 states in alphabetical order. Knowing TV show theme songs by heart. I can talk like Donald Duck. My 3-year-old finds it hilarious. She will be hunched over laughing and end with, Donald. Which is my cue to stop or she is going to pee herself from laughing so much. Kids can be so simple. I'm good at finding 4-leaf clovers nearly anywhere I go. I can spin my eyes real fast. Being able to browse Reddit without realizing it's past bedtime. I can sort of vibrate my eyes from left to right. That's the only way I can explain it. I'm sure you'll find something if you Google it. I can sound like the Predator and I have a ridiculous amount of useless knowledge. Can dislocate my thumb and put it back into place. Being ambidextrous. Can move my dick about. Spinning a pen around my fingers, Zippo tricks, juggling, bar flare, coin tricks. All utterly useless. Oh, I actually have one. I can remember screen names really well, so I'll just be playing League and all of a sudden. Hey, I think I played with you a while ago. HMM, don't remember your name. It was like 4 months ago. I can move my nostrils for extra air suck through my nose. One I've never seen anyone else mention. Give me any whole number greater than 2 and I can near instantly come back with 2 other numbers which complete a right-angled triangle, the whole a 2 plus b2 equals c2 thing. It's not exactly difficult, but it's far less impressive over the internet where I might not respond to or see a challenge for hours, and a computer could find such triplets of numbers in a split second. In person, doing it entirely mentally with my eyes closed, it's maybe a little bit impressive if you're a primary school math teacher. I'm a virtuoso pianist. A month ago my hands were amputated. I give karma to people on their cake day. I can take almost any phrase and reference it to a show, movie, or song. I splash water droplets onto a table and draw with them. They get pretty elaborate but they dry up quickly. Oh well. Picking things up with my toes with ease. I can make an owl sound by cupping my hands and blowing. Can also do a wood pigeon by rolling my tongue at the same time, as if you were rolling your R's. I can pop my thumbs out of place and bend them in unnatural ways. I'm double jointed or whatever. I can roll my tongue, and happy cake day. I can put most of my ear in my ear hole and it stays there for as long as I want. 2016 really energized me, and let's just say I have like half the House and Senate just fucking memorized. I didn't try. It just happened. I can burp at will. No need to eat or drink anything. I can even spell names by burping. Knowing not to put a space before a question mark. Flap my ears. Learning bits of hiragana and katakana. It's not like I know what the words mean : I can sit in a W shape. Any flag, I know what country that is. I can make a fake bow and arrows out of plastic coat hangers and hair elastics. They don't shoot very far, nor fast, but they work. I can't think of any scenario that this would be useful. I walk pretty fast. Being able to speak like a dictionary on the fly. Like what is a terrorist? One who protests against an action all or enforced by an official body in the state or country through means like violence, brutality or fear-mongering. People ask if I keep a dictionary in my head. Well, I do read a dictionary in my free time. I can make a high-pitched tone through my teeth only animals can hear. I secretly do this in public to get their attention. I can come up with some random trivia facts at time. I can remember people's birthdays without having to write it down. But they can't seem to remember mine, so, oh yay. Reaching the upvote button. Throwing away my humanity by becoming a vampire and yelling murder a lot. Knowing algebra. Never once used it. Licking my elbow. With a probability of 99% I can pick up any piece of food and catch it with my mouth. I am a speed cuber. I can solve the Rubik's Cube in 20 seconds. Why do I spend my time doing that? I don't know. I can burp anytime I want to. I can raise both of my eyebrows individually. I can fold my tongue in half and have it stay folded. I can spit silently and it goes really far. Ducks sounds. I can touch the tip of my nose with my tongue. I can snap with all of my fingers. I can make it feel as though my fingertips have disconnected from the rest of the finger from its first joint. I can turn my thumb 360 and am very good at knife spinning. I can make a perfect imitation of crickets chirping. I can let my eyes vibrate. It's called a voluntary oculamism, I was told. I can push my tongue back far enough that it goes into what I'm going to call my nasal cavity and feel the back of my nostrils. Playing a game while watching a movie on my phone and using Discord at the same time. Happy Cake Day. Wishing people a happy cake day. I can fly planes. Separate comment cause this is different. I am also very good at being a human compass. I have always been able to tell what is north or west without a compass or anything. You'd think this means I have good navigation skills, but no, I always get lost. I can do a perfect impression of Grape from VeggieTales. I can flex some kind of muscle in my ear and create a rumbling obscenity noise that blocks out some sound. Saying Happy Cake Day. Happy Cake Day BTW. Not necessarily a talent, but I can draw pretty well. I never want to use it as a job though, and as a hobby it's pretty time consuming and uses a lot of cash for certain equipment. I can chirp like a cricket. I can stay up for at least 2 days before getting tired. God damn it, college. I can crack my neck without killing myself. I can eat a lot without gaining a weight though. Now I look like a FCKN stickman. I can lick my elbow. I can make an alien voice for some reason. My superpower is always picking the longest, slowest line at any place there is a queue. Grocery store, toll booth, sports venue. If you allow me to choose, it will be the longest, slowest line. These aren't useless, they are literally useless, but some people think they're cool. If you can come up with a use for literally any of these, LMK. I can make fart noises with my hands by pressing my palms together and moving my hands in a very specific way. No one else I know can do this. I can shake my eyes very rapidly on command, like how a person with nystagmus looks. I think I know one other person who can do this. I can tense a certain muscle in my ears, which makes the noise around me slightly duller. Only one other person I know can do this. I can speed clap, completely useless. People ask to see it once, then never again. Most of these actually sound cool, but like, I'm a grown man and can scream extremely loud. Everything. I can control my dreams. I can belly dance. Would be useful if I lived in the Middle East, I guess. Oh, and I am a guy. I can speak in an annoying girl voice, like the cliche popular girl voice. It helps annoy the heck out of ill friends, but that's pretty much it. All these people with super useful or interesting talents, and I'm just sitting here with absolutely nothing to my name. I can armpit fart like no one else alive. Everyone thinks they can do it well until they hear me. I can stop the hiccups by controlling the muscle. I haven't had the hiccups in 20+ years. I'm also a death metal singer, and the muscle control allows me to get an unusually loud sound. I've had multiple people comment I'm the loudest singer they've heard. I even caused a PA to catch fire once. I can name all 197 countries on the planet. I cannot do anything useful, however. I can do a pretty realistic meow. My dad's cat meows a lot and expects a response, so I always meow back, and it's slowly become more and more cat-like. I can eat an entire Jello cup in a single bite. I've read roughly 1,000 sci-fi books over the last 20 odd years. I can recall with varying levels of difficulty just about all of them. I can make very loud noises with only my fingers. I can make a surprisingly accurate trumpet noise with my mouth. I can readily spin, toss, flip, and catch kitchen utensils of all shapes and sizes. I washed dishes for 3 years, and that was how I passed the time. The best part is, despite all that tossing and catching, I cannot juggle to save my life. I walk super quietly. It's terrifying how little awareness people have of what's going on around them. I literally have to deal with people walking out into the hallway in front of me, without looking, on a daily basis. People back into you and constantly do all sorts of stupid shit if they don't hear you coming. It's infuriating. Is it so hard to look around the corner before walking out? Edit. Oh, and don't forget the people who are so busy with their phone they'll literally walk into if you don't walk around them. I can tell you the numbers of a UPC just by looking at the bars. I can play cat's cradle with myself using my feet. I can sometimes solve a Rubik cube, but takes 45 minutes to an hour. I cannot die while trying to make it look like it was accidental. Wishing people happy cake day on Reddit. Happy cake day! Exclamation point. Obsessing over AVGN quotes. The color in my eyes appear to change if my pupils dilate or constrict, and they do depending on my mood, meaning my eyes act as a sort of mood ring. Not actually that rare, but my eyes do that to an extreme degree, so it's impossible for me to hide emotion. Green-eyed me means I'm upset. I can curve my thumb around to the front of my hand. It freaks people out. Also really good at thumb wrestling. Jocks in high school used to get their egos hurt because they would be easily defeated by me. I can juggle and ride a unicycle. Not at the same time. My friends say I have really good name recognition. If you tell me your name I won't remember for shit. But one season into a show and I'll probably know the main cast. I can write in a mirrored way pretty quickly. I can whistle and make it sound like a cricket. Fooled many people with this. I'm pretty damn good at gun spinning a 6-shooter. I watched Tombstone a lot when I was a kid and found myself a very good weighted prop pistol and practiced almost every day for months. Then I would randomly practice once or twice a month for years after that. Watching a movie? Might as well spin my 6-shooters too. Turns out it's not an entirely perishable skill. Buddy of mine bought a replica cowboy gun recently and handed it to me. I checked the chambers and ended a few twirls before handing it back.